Greetings, greetings. Welcome to Butterfly Transformations. Okay, guys, this is for my Patreon family. Today we're talking about high vibration and how to increase your vibration by doing some very simple things. I'm going to keep this video short and I want to give you a few key things to focus on when we start talking about how to increase our vibration. The most important thing I want you to understand is that you live in an oasis of high vibrational energy. The spiritual web that conjoins all of being, all of us, that connects us with creation, with the universe, with the cosmos, is a very, very high vibrational energy. When we can align to that energy, we become harmonious. We become in harmony with the creative life force energy. And when we become in harmony with the creative life force energy, we're able to relax and we're able to live in the flow of life, and life carries us because we allow life to be expressed through us. We're not in resistance. We are doing our inner work. We're healing. We're feeling stronger. We're repairing our bodies. We're doing all the things that we need to do to be able to maintain that high vibrational place. It's important to realize that when you come into this world, think of being born. When a baby comes into this world, a baby is high vibrational. Granted, it probably has experienced some stuff in the womb based on what's been going on in the mother's environment. But let's just take that as if it were a perfect world. And then through social conditioning, dysfunctional parenting, paradigms that young person or that soul is being faced with, and just some of the heavier energies in the third dimensional reality, bit and bit, piece by piece, that high vibrational energy is somehow decreased or it's neutralized, in addition to the decisions that person may begin to make in his or her life, the energies that they entertain, and everything that becomes a part of that person's experience. Then that person goes through some sort of awakening and they realize that there is such a thing as vibration. They realize that the extent to which they can control their vibration is the extent to which they can manifest a different life than the one that they may be leading, that they may have some sort of dissatisfaction with. So then it becomes incumbent upon each of us to begin to look at the things in our life that interfere with our ability to create, to co-create the life of our dreams, the life that we came here to create, but the life that we are so deserving of as creator beings. In comes vibrational frequency. Your vibration is the most important thing you have going for you while you're down here on this third dimensional plane. Reason being is because it determines the quality and the nature of your experiences. Your vibrational state is a state of consciousness that is like a key that opens various levels of experience that are available to you as a physical being in this earth plane down here. It's really just that serious, gang. It's really just that serious. The lower your vibration is, the lower, more fear-based, more duality-based kinds of experiences that you're going to have access to in this realm. Okay, the more you're going to be tied to the physical and material world, the less you will be able to disentangle yourself from what's going on around you in the way of chaos and everything else. The more that you raise your vibration, the better your health is, the greater awareness that you have of the spiritual realm, the greater connection you have with your inner self, your inner guidance system, the more open and connected you feel with life, the more gratitude you're able to nurture and embrace, the higher quality your life is going to be. So when we talk about vibration, we're talking about energetic frequency. The slower and the more denser energies imply heavier energies, slower energies, things that are more physical in form. As we achieve higher vibrations by embracing higher emotions, things like love, things like harmony. Things like our passions, following our passions, getting in alignment with our divine life purpose, experiencing compassion, experiencing gratitude and appreciation. The more that we find ourselves in an energetic space where we feel good and our thoughts are positive, the higher the correlation is that we have a higher vibration. The lower on that vibrational scale that we find ourselves, the more our life will correspond to day-to-day dramas, the fears, self-sabotage, boredom, worry, anxiety, depression, anger. All of those lower vibrational emotions characterize your energy field, and so those are the kinds of experiences that you attract to yourself. So it becomes incumbent upon us all to guard our vibrations with our lives. And there's a multitude of ways that we can do that. But I want to give you some of the easiest ways that you can begin to do that to get the most bang for your buck. And these are things that you have to take very seriously, that you have to make time for in your life, because high vibrational people are very resilient. High vibrational people have a certain way that they live their life that insulates them from a lot of the garbage that's going on around them and a lot of the stuff that a lot of people experience that's unnecessary. High vibrational people are always growing. They're always doing better. They're always trying to judge themselves according to from whence they've come. High vibrational people tend to have a much better state of health. High vibrational people have more of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Higher vibrational people tend to be more emotionally, physically, mentally, intellectually, financially prosperous and abundant in various areas of their life. The higher your vibration is, the less you are pulled down by the densities of this physical reality. The higher your vibration is, the more you're able to connect with the various dimensions and access the different timeline realities that are available to you in each and every moment. You can't get to these timelines in a confined reality, in a reality where you are in a place of negativity, in a reality where you don't feel empowered to be a co-creator, in a reality where your external world determines how you feel internally. A high vibrational person, their internal world determines what they manifest in their outer world. And you can see it by how they move in the world. You can see it by, I remember when I was in a much lower vibrational state years ago. If you were to look at pictures of me from 10 years ago, I look 10 years older than I do now because of the way I was living my life. And I didn't know, although I had been studying Deepak Chopra and people like that since I was about 2021, I loved those quantum physics principles. I didn't understand what it really meant to apply them in my life. And as I began to go on my spiritual journey and had a series of awakenings, then I began to shift in my mindset. Then I began to recognize what it meant to be high vibrational. Then I had to do an about face in my life, and I had to begin to work with my own energy from an emotional place, from a physical place, because I suffered a lot with anxiety and insomnia. And those were things that turned my life upside down, but they were a representation of my living a life that was out of alignment. So first and foremost, what you have to do, there are going to be three things I think I'm going to talk about, is to get into alignment in your life. Whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you think about, whatever it is that you say, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you allow to come out of your mouth, all of those things need to be in alignment. If you say, for example, that you notice that when you get caught up in chaos with someone in your life, it brings you down, then you have to get into alignment. You have to get out of that chaos, or you have to let that person go. You have to align your life with what your belief systems are. That is so critical. When you're living out of alignment and you're saying one thing and you're doing something else, or you're hiding things, or you are not on your life purpose, because being in alignment allows you to feel a purposeful life. It allows you to be yourself. When you're being inauthentic, you're out of alignment. When you're withholding the truth, you're out of alignment. When you're not speaking your truth and speaking up for yourself, you're out of alignment. When you get up every day and you go to a place that you don't enjoy being in, you're out of alignment. When you're in a partnership that is not serving you and you want to be out, but you're still in it, you're out of alignment. When you're in a partnership that is not serving you and you're in denial about it, you're out of alignment. There's so many ways that you can be out of alignment in your life that it becomes an imperative to begin to start to align your life and to begin to start to make the small shift that you need to make to get your life into alignment so that it reflects and represents who you really are and what you want to be doing. So look at your life and determine what baby steps, break it down into bite-sized pieces. Determine what baby steps you can begin to take to move closer to your ideal and start out on that path. The second thing that's important, when I say guard your energy with your life, the second thing that's important, and I want to pull a message from here. I have a lot of high vibrational messages in this book. And I think I'll read this one last, okay? I have June 25th. But the other thing that I want to talk about is severing connections with things that you've outgrown, people that no longer serve you, family relationships that are counter to where it is you're trying to go. It's time, you guys, we're at a point where we have to purge. We're going through a purge, and whether you like it or not. And what do they call the sheaf is going to be separated from when you're doing the wheat? I can't think of what it's called. But it comes down to ridding your life of people that are dream killing energies, people that don't really support you, people that pull you back on your path, people that criticize you, that judge you, people that you're giving to that are not giving back, people who cannot maintain their promises, people who can sometimes be very close to us but not really be serving us. Oftentimes we can find ourselves sitting passively and complacently in situations that are just not making us happy, that strip us of our energy. Situations or being around people where when we're around them, it creates stress for us. Or when we are around them, we feel drained at the end of that interaction, or it upsets us, or it's clear that we're not on the same page, or that we don't share similar values. It could be a job situation. If you are unhappy in your job, it is imperative that you begin to exercise your autonomy and you begin to move towards what does make you happy, and you begin to see that you have options. It's important that in order for you to let go of these dream-killing energies in your life, that you recognize that you have options, and that at any given moment, when you exercise an act of faith, all right, that anything is possible, and that you not limit yourself by being in a situation that causes you to feel as though you're scarce, things are scarce, or you're in a place that's not feeding you, or to be in a situation where you're not thriving. You have to be thriving each and every day by doing the things that you enjoy and being around the people that you get a healthy energy exchange from. So the second thing that is so critical for you to do is to get out of environments and from around people, or limit your contact with people that have no business being in your life, that are holding you back, that are not growing at the rate that you're growing at, and that are not bringing anything to the table. Being able to discern who those people are, and being able to discern when it's time to make that break because of the way that the persons or the people are impacting you, or the situations are affecting your life, that is so key. Because you move yourself out of a lower vibrational place, and then you can see what your default vibration is, and then you can begin to build that. But when you stay in an environment, whether it's a job situation, or you have some person that's very negative whose home you're living in, or who's living in your home, or a partnership, a love relationship, or some other place that you frequent, or something else that you have allowed to come into your life that creates internal dissonance within your energy field, you have to cut the umbilical cord. You absolutely have to. The third thing that you have to do is you have to begin to build an enjoyment of falling in love with yourself. That takes time. Sometimes we don't realize the extent to which we don't really love ourselves, or the extent to which we aren't really nurturing the quality relationships that we need to have with ourselves, or the extent to which we aren't really doing the things in our life that say, hey, I'm important, hey, I deserve more, hey, I have value. Nurturing and beginning to enjoy and beginning to fall in love with who you are as an individual outside of whatever else is around you, which means sometimes withdrawing, going within yourself, setting aside time for yourself to rejuvenate, making sure that you're pouring into yourself, that you're not giving to other people needlessly, that you're not being a martyr, that you're not giving to other people at your own expense. Really beginning to set some boundaries that allow you to make time for enjoying your life and doing the things that give you pleasure. That is so important. And if you happen to have children, or you happen to have a partner, it's important, even with your children, that you teach them that mommy needs this amount of time and this is mommy time. And that if you have a spouse, that you draw some boundaries and you let that person know what it is you need in order to be able to do what it is that you need to be able to do for yourself. The key is that you have to be able to make yourself a priority within an existing context, whether it's on the job or it's in your home life, whatever it is. If you're already alone and you're feeling low vibrational, then that means that you still have self-work to do. It means that you need to find things that give you enjoyment. You need to find things that give you a channel for self-expression. You need to begin to connect to your joys, to your passions. You need to pick up a hobby. You need to start reading books. You need to begin to expand your awareness. You need to begin to study. You need to begin to make time for the things that bring more balance into your life. Because the more balance that you bring into your life, the more that you find time to just relax and sit in stillness and just have a cup of tea without feeling bored, without feeling your mind racing, without feeling disruption in your energy field, the greater the degree to which you'll be able to raise your vibration. Because vibration is about the energy frequency of everything that defines you. Your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, all of these different bodies that we have, etheric bodies that we have within our auric field, those are the things that give a snapshot of our energetic health. And so in order to have that energy moving, you have to bring things into your life that are physically healthy. Shifting in your diet is a great way to be high vibrational. Okay, why? Because when we eat unhealthy foods, it brings in free radicals, which damage the body. It's like bringing in unhealthy people. We think we're bringing in the unhealthy people and all they're doing is trying our patience. But what they're doing is causing chemical reactions in our body, which create free radicals and go around and grab electrons from the harmony that already exists in our energy field, which helps to bring in balance and homeostasis. So getting the things out of your life, whether it's food and diet, whether it's a mindset of negative thinking, having a mindset that causes you to think in terms of lack, to think in terms of what is not possible instead of what is possible. Developing a spiritual practice. You have to give yourself spiritual food. You need a spiritual practice, whether it is about getting an oracle deck and pulling a card every week, or meditating, or praying and searching for answers, setting up an altar. You have to give yourself a project. Until this becomes second nature to you, you need something that creates a focal point. All right, which are the spiritual practices and the things that we do on a day-to-day basis that help to keep us grounded, like affirmations, okay? Creating affirmation video sequences or audio tracks for yourself to listen to, or that are actually made by you. Things that you begin to seed your consciousness with over time that begin to take root, sprout, and start to grow and blossom. It's a process that happens a little bit every time, and everything that you're doing in each and every moment in terms of intentional living, in terms of conscious and mindful living is what is either raising your vibration or decreasing your vibration. So it's important to get clear on what it is in your life that you want to accomplish and to get on the path to doing that, and to get clear in your life on what are those things and those habits and those practices that you need that you don't have currently that are actually taking away from your energy. Let's deal with the very mundane issues of vibration, which you can eat right, you can listen to tapes all day long, you can do all the other outward high vibrational stuff all day long, but until you make the changes in your life that you need to make to move in the direction that your soul is calling you in, until you start to trust your intuition, until you start to move past the fears and the limitations that you've created for yourself, and until you release that energy of self-sabotage, you can do a lot of high vibrational things in your life, but you will nullify them by the actions and the energies that you're sitting in on a day-to-day basis. So if you want to attack high vibrational living at the highest place possible, start with what it is you need to get out of your life. And when you get that thing out of your life, don't turn around and replace it with something else that is the same. Allow yourself to feel autonomous. Allow yourself to feel your creator energy. Allow yourself to step into a higher vibrational bracket and learn to love and enjoy yourself, be by yourself, nurture yourself, honor yourself, take care of yourself, accept only the best for yourself, and the universe will respond in like kind by giving you the best. I hope you received some information from this video that helps give you a sense of some very simple yet profoundly impactful things that you can begin to nurture in your life to shift your vibrational frequency. Because when you do some of the things that I'm talking about, you're shifting, you're paying your karmic debts, and you're shifting beyond the karmic cycle that you're in into a higher place. And it's allowing you to shed all of the energies that are in that lower vibrational bracket and to leave some things behind. And when you begin to leave things behind, that's when you really start to grow in your life. And when you begin to nurture the energy of contentment and gratitude, and you're constantly looking for opportunities to show gratitude for what you have in your life, that is when you unleash the universe's mercy and abundance and grace onto yourself. I want to read this message. Analyze your triggers. Look at this in terms of vibrational alignment as well. The things that trigger you in a moment, that put you in a dark space, that cause you to go into a mood swing, or to cop an attitude about a situation, or to begin to think negatively, or to get angry at someone, or to nurture some negative emotion, because negative emotions are one of the top things that bring down our vibration. So we have to learn to observe ourselves. We have to learn to look at situations with less emotional investment. We have to see every reaction that we have in every moment as either adding to our frequency or taking away from it. Time and time again, we can become vehemently opposed to the actions or habits of others, allowing them to trigger negative emotions within us. In these instances, it's easier to focus on what we perceive they are doing to trigger us, rather than see the story behind why we are triggered. Every person in your life is there to teach you a lesson about yourself. Although it can be challenging to see yourself in others, it is a way of acknowledging the parts of yourself that are seeking to be healed. Every time somebody triggers you, instead of putting it on them, put the focus on thyself. See others as a mirror, and resist the temptation to always be critical of others without seeing the connection they have to your journey towards self-discovery. Even the people, gang, who are in our life that test our patience and we tend to project onto them, we have to begin more and more to see those people as being put there, even when they don't realize it, to help us up level. They're put in our lives to challenge us, to refine us. This is an agreement. This is something we signed up for. So when we talk about triggers, it means we need to get over these triggers. Can't use these triggers as an excuse to say, oh, you triggered me. It's time for us to take responsibility and to understand what these triggers really are about. Instead, look deep within and acknowledge what it is in you that allows you to see what it is in them that makes you uncomfortable. What it is in you that allows you to see whatever it is in them that makes you uncomfortable. Hold up your mirror and deal with the areas. Hold up your mirror and deal with the areas of your shadow side that threaten to hold you hostage to old patterns and old reactions. And here's your question. What is it in a particular person that ignites such strong emotion in you, and why? So perhaps make looking at the things that trigger you something that you focus on this week. Anything that triggers you, whether it's at work, whether it's a boss, whether it's a mate, whether it's something that your child does, increase the reaction time. Give yourself the 10-second wait time between how you react to something that normally triggers you. See if you can get outside of that instant reaction space. See if you can go into the gap. Better yet, see if you can observe what it is will be the better way to respond to a particular situation that won't deplete your energy. See how you can take charge of a situation. Begin to build that muscle that gives you a greater degree of self-mastery over yourself and reduces the degree to which you are reacting rather than responding to life from a place of elevation. This is a challenge for all of us, but it is an excellent way to work on your vibration, whether you're doing it on the way to work because you're sitting in traffic and somebody's beeping you and giving you the bird, or whether you're dealing with someone rude at the bank, or whether you're on the phone with a customer service agent and you just can't seem to get through to them, or whether you're dealing with your mate and telling them for the 50th time how something that they does bothers you, or whether you're dealing with your child and something that they refuse to do. See how often coming from a place of love and a place of self-control and mastery over yourself can help you bring a more high vibrational energy, not only to your situation and those people, but also to yourself. I hope this video gave you some sort of insight, and there'll be plenty more videos. There are a lot in the post that I can begin to connect, but there are also some on the Butterfly Transformations channel that have to do more with some of the things that you can do in your physical environment. I'll start to link them to within Patreon. It will help to keep you aware of the multitude of things that you can do when it comes down to really shifting into a higher vibration. It's going to start here, and it's going to start here. I hope this video helps. Have a beautiful day. Beautiful butterflies in transformation just like me.